One word for St Pauli is...
Oh my God.
Imagination.
Big family.
Fun.
Family.
Atmosphere.
Love.
Family. It's a big family. Fun.
Life quality.
The same.
Love.
My life. My heart.
Spitzenverein.
Family.
The top team and played in the over soccer league.
Kalt.
Love.
Lifestyle.
Home.
Love. Fun.
Passion. Love.
Pauli ist unser Sportverein, für den wir gerade stehen.
Anti-Fascism.
Oh. I can't explain it.
Friends.
Community.
The atmosphere, religion, passion.
Passion.
Family.
Demokratie. Rebellion.
It's a very important part of my life.
Solidarity.
Family.
Good football.
One of the biggest parts of my life.
Number one.
Ein sehr schöner Verein, der sehr viel Spaß macht und ich liebe natürlich die Fußball-Bundesliga. Deswegen bin ich St. Pauli-Fan.
It's not possible to say this in one word.
Passing and fighting durch bewegte Zeitung, but I lean back and relax mit einem Gläschen Sekt. Louis to Zion, da drüben liegt ein Haufen Pflastersteine.
I'm part of the executive board of FC St Pauli, a very special club in Germany, which has very recently won promotion into First Division. But I think we are known all over Germany and probably well beyond Germany as a club where the fans play a very particular role and where the interaction between the board, which I represent, and the fans is very close.
They are not as big as Bayern Munich or Dortmund, but they will do their way to become more famous in Europe, I think. They are very close to the ground. They are not putting the nose high, that what we say in Hamburg. The players are very friendly. They are not superstars. They don't feel as superstars. They feel as a team, as a collective, and that's the main thing, I think.
I think the new president have to be more closer to the supporters. I hope that he or she wants less money and I hope it's a president who respects us supporters and who respects our wishes.
We have 4 vice presidents to elect, and for each one of the 4 you can either elect them, say you want to elect, or you don't want them to be elected, or also can say I don't mind.
The club is owned by its fans. It's not owned by a rich individual, it's owned by its fans. We're meeting here today on the occasion of our annual general meeting. Of the 14,000 members that the club has, quite a number of people will show up for the AGM, the annual general meeting, probably between 1,500 and 2,000, and they define the policy in the coming months. This is an annual event, so the degree of participation of fans, the degree of participation of the tifosi, as you would call it, is very, very close indeed.
FC St Pauli is more a supporters club than a football club. Anything is influenced by the supporters.
St Pauli, it's once in Europe that only the fans are spending and earn the money. These projects is doing by fans, and this is once in Europe.
I think, or I heard, we have 19 million sympathizers in Germany. So I think we have nearly 2 million fans, really fans, all over the world. Don't know. I think 3, 4, 5 million fans.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult because we was in the Regionalliga. We was also a supporter club, and there were different times because now we are in the first league, and it changed so many. In the regional league, there was private, there was everybody know each other and something, and now you have the whole people, the people whole of Germany who want to visit the games, and that changed many things.
We have a situation here at St Pauli that on the one hand it's very easy to approach the club officials. So we are a city center based football club and a family atmosphere, not only inside the supporter scene but also at the club. So if you want to meet the chairman, it's very easy to meet him, and if you have a good idea and you want to present it to the club, it's very easy to go to the club and present your idea and try to make things happen.
We use a social network, we use Facebook, we use Twitter, we use StudiVZ and something like that. But we use it for the first in Germany. But so it's possible for our fans all over the world to communicate with the club and hear about the club and see about something about the club. So it's very important for us, and we use it.
You can't tell somebody what happened with St Pauli or with Nuremberg or Bayern Munich, so you must be a part of this club, in this game, in the stadium, in the part of Hamburg, so you must feel the special feeling here in St Pauli.
An einem Straßenrand, ein Verrückter beschreit gegen den Vorhang der Fremdenfeindlichkeit. Gemeinsamer Gesang und Lieder folgen für Gesund.
I think we at in the situation of First Division football in Germany are actually starting an initiative with other clubs in Germany that have a similar type of organization, like Mainz, Mayence, and Freiburg. And we want to form an organization, a sort of subcommittee as it were, to demonstrate that we can still have the club structures which look old-fashioned, but we find it's a very timely type of thing to run a club, and that this model is ready and fit for the future.
When you think of St. Pauli, you think about an underdog. We have two clubs in this city, in Hamburg. We have the HSV, very successful in the last years. They are a member for the whole time in the Bundesliga. And St. Pauli is always an underdog, but it's very sympathetic with a lot of enthusiasm. And that's the main difference, I think.
The supporters have different relationships to other clubs. We have friendly relationships to international teams. How the St. Pauli supporters live the relationship with the club is a very big ranking of views, I think. The relationship between us as the Fanladen or me as the fan liaison officer to other clubs in Germany is mostly on a professional base. So we have country-wide organizations, top organizations organizing the social projects, and we also have the top organizations to organize the fan liaison officers. So we have regular meetings, and I have every telephone number and every email address of my colleagues. So this is very friendly and cooperative. So there's like no problem, even to clubs that the supporters have problems to, like to Hansa Rostock, have a very professional and nearly friendly relationship to the supporters project from Hansa Rostock.
They could contact me directly. Everyone should know me for my history as a supporters manager. Everyone could send me an email or photographs or anything, and we will try to answer anybody, and we will try to get in contact with them. If the idea is good, we will speak to them. If the idea is not good, it's yeah. But there's no problem, as we have a direct contact to the supporters office, and many of supporters are working for us in the shop, in the direct sale on music festivals. Anyone could get in contact to us very easily.
Zum Beispiel, da steht heute nicht etwa Matthias Hein, der ist ganz leicht angeschlagen an den Adduktoren und dafür Benedikt Plicke im Tor. Dann in der Innenverteidigung auch zwei Überraschungen, Marcel Eger und Markus Thorand.
St Pauli is not only soccer, it gives many other sports people. I am from American from football.
It's not that we are the stars, you know, the whole club and this whole team is the star.
We were actually the first ones, the women, to win the German championships, so the club was very proud of us, and we got honored by the president, and we are the first ever team to win the German championships in St Pauli.
The club of St Pauli. And we got the chance, which is really, really kind of the club, of the St Pauli club, that we have a chance to sell cake and sandwiches, so we get some money for our kitty. So this is a really, really chance and a good opportunity, and we are the only team who is allowed to do it, which is brilliant, and which shows that there's a really good relationship between the president and the club.
Dynamit, sie zeigte mir auch Glycerin. Sie war ungebremst, weiter im Stahl im freien Fall.
We will educate these children to learn to respect some people, to play with others, to love equal migration. There are two parts. The first part is we want to learn, or we want to educate the people to play a good football. And the second part is here on the kids. It's not from St Pauli, it's more here the people around. And I think they will learn later on the political system, but not from FC St Pauli. It's more from the fans and from the party here and from the people here. I have to say, 3-4 years ago, we're going to get more professional, and so we hope that in about 5-6 years, the first children go to the first team. But normally 1 or 2 players from under 7 to the first team, that's the quote. We have 12 young guys in the team, and we have 2 trainers, and it's very important because if you work with 20 or 30 kids, you cannot educate these kids because they need a good education, and so we have 12 in one team for the younger people. And for the older, it's about 18, 19, when they play on the great field, 11 against 11. Realistic, I believe that 1 or 2 from these guys have the power and they can get in the first team.
Der am Strand steht, zeigt mir, wie der Weg durch die Nacht geht.
Aber das war natürlich krass. Boll denkt, okay, vorne ist zu, spiele ich hinten rum, da war auch zu. Also den Sechser vertikal doppeln von beiden Seiten. Richtung eigenes Tor, Richtung gegnerisches Tor, die taktisch gute Variante von Kaiserslautern. Ebbers hat jetzt den Ball erkämpft im Mittelfeld, Ebbers zieht vorbei, Ebbers geht in den 16er rein, Ebbers ist im 16er, Ebbers schießt, Ebbers, Sippel hält, rechts, flach, unten ist Sippel. Ebbers alleine vor Sippel.
During the game, actually, we are also at the stadium, walking around, staying with the supporters. We have 2 small meeting points in the stadium, one in the north and one in the south of the stadium, where people can ask us questions or come to us if they have problems with the police or with the club, and we try to help them.
In the beginning, I was standing, and well, since 5 years, I'm old enough to sit.
The number of members, women of St. Pauli, I think it's about 1,000 or 2,000 women, female. I think the de facto why women go to the stadium is more because they like it, they love it, and apart also from these women go to the stadium because it's the nice atmosphere, the nice surrounding.
It's my first time here. I just feel like it's like I'm at home. It's like it's good atmosphere. Everybody's friendly and not aggressive to each other, and it's like having fun and not an aggressive match or whatsoever. I think a lot of women love football, but they don't like the atmosphere in the stadium because of it's aggressive, and women don't like aggressive. I guess.
For me, Barcelona, it's really important also, but I don't know, so I feel Barcelona and St. Pauli the same because for me are my two homes. But St. Pauli, I think it's more for the people in the neighborhood. Barcelona, it's like more high class. St. Pauli, you can feel it better, I think. But I love Barcelona too,
Because it's the greatest football club in the world, and it's left on the political side, and it's different from other clubs. It's not that how do you say fascist? Yeah, that's why. Because it's less fascist and it's less concentrated on that typical mill world, and yeah, that's why.
During the match, we have 69 places for journalists and some TV teams. So I think in the stadium by a game there are 150 journalists and press members.
kolportiert werden. Unter anderem der HSV. Soll Interesse haben und da ist das 1:0. Durch Markus Thorand, und dem gönne ich es wirklich. So lange verletzt gefehlt und jetzt erstes Spiel von Anfang an. Seit dem August. Und da trifft er zum 1:0. Ungewöhnlich für Schalke, dass sie da ein Kopfballduell verlieren. Ein etwas überraschender Pass von Daube auf Bruns. Und Hennings macht das 2:0 für den FC St. Pauli. Ich bin nicht ganz sicher, ob der Florian Bruns wusste, dass da noch ein Schalker mitgelaufen war. Denn um ein Haar hätte Westermann noch klären können. Aber dann kommt Ruben Hennings doch an den Ball und macht das 2:0. Er ist ja ein absoluter Experte für Joker-Tore. 5 Tore hat er gemacht in der Zweitligasaison. Und die alle als Einwechselspieler.
One thing is the atmosphere and the brand of St Pauli. The other thing is the place of the Military Stadium. It's in the heart of St Pauli. You need just a few minutes to go after the match by your own. You don't need a car to go in the district to make party on. They can even come to their boxes 7 days a week. They can use it like a meeting conference room. There are a lot of things outside of the football what make it attractive to be or to take a box here in the Military Stadium.
Working here since 25 years as pharmacist in our pharmacy near the St Pauli Stadium. About 15 years I'm really close to the club. A friend of mine took me over there. I watched 2 or 3 games and then I became member.
The Fanladen was born in 1990. Last century, so 20 years ago, after the club wanted to rebuild the stadium 20 years ago, and they wanted to invent a sports dome, multi-purpose sports arena. The people from St Pauli and the supporters got together and they had demonstrations against the sports dome, and from this the Fanladen was a result that the supporters thought they need meeting point, so this was the birth of the Fanladen 20 years ago.
I'm just supporting the club. I'm supporting the amateurs. They know that I'm interested, that I want to help them, and I do help. I'm helping with medical stuff. If they have any injuries, they come to me and they ask me, and I can help.
We have social community projects like our project Kiezkick, where we offer free football training weekly to kids from the area. We have the supporters club organization here, so if you want to create a new supporters club, maybe in Roma, you have to deal with us to get an official supporters club. And we have this special place here. We are open from Tuesday to Friday, so 4 days a week, and the match day. So this is the main parts we're doing. But I could go on and on like for 1 or 2 hours to talk about our projects we're doing.
I was a supporters manager for more than 5 years, and I'm a supporter myself for more than 20 years. Everything is kind influenced. We don't have a directly structure, we don't speak to them regularly, but all the influence from the neighborhood, from the quarter and from the supporters giving us a hint how to design our products.
The Fanladen and the St Pauli supporters have been the first supporters in Germany to create stickers against fascists. You might know it's a world famous stick with a fist crushing into a swastika, and it says St Pauli fans against right wing. Been the first, and we've sold them, I don't know, like 2 million times now in the last 20 years.
There is a close interaction between the club and its fan initiatives. For instance, at this moment the club is very actively collecting money for a sizable space to be designed in the new grandstand, which we're in the process of planning, for a sizable amount of space to be set aside for a project which we call Fanräume, which is dedicated to the fans. This could be a meeting point, this could be a centro sociale for the fans, and that is part and parcel of the planning process of the club. So the interests of the fans are always very close to the heart of the club management, and unless you are very close to the fans, you will not survive very long on an executive board at St Pauli, because there's this rapport, there's this rapprochement between the fans and the executive board.
The idea of Fanräume was born 4 years ago. The key points of this project are to get money for building rooms for the active fans or normal fans. Fans, it doesn't matter if they're young or old. We want to have big rooms for fans in our stadium.
The different parts of the club in one building, and then it's more easier to talk together, and the ways are shorter to do something. You can make more protest if the club makes some strange things. And the important thing is that the building is inside the stadium.
We only have now this Fanladen here and nothing more. And we think it's nice to have all institutions of the FC St Pauli in one area. You know, we need 400,000 euro to build these rooms we want to have. And we now have 160,700 euros with spending from people. So this is one of the biggest project or the biggest finish we had in the 4 years ago.
I like to be inhabitant of Hamburg, but I'm proud to be St. Paulianer. I think it's the only way to have the real life in Hamburg, to be in this quarter. It has changed. It really has changed in these about 30 years I'm in Hamburg now. But most of the changes in a good way. We have still dirty corners, but we have rebuilt quarters, and it is not the poverty you had still in the 60s and 70s with most of the people living here. A lot of others of well-educated and well-earning young people discovered this quarter and settled down around here in St. Pauli. So it's a mixture of people you have here. You see it, for example, the mixture of people when you look to the flags all around here. St. Paulianers like to show brown and white, the colors of the FC St. Pauli. But you find red, yellow, blue and every color too in this quarter. Not those of the other club in the town, but you see Galatasaray, you see FC Barcelona, FC Porto, sometimes even AS Roma flags around here in the windows.
Never directly, but the club itself and the supporters is a big influence to anybody. The influence is coming from the supporters' ideas, and also from the quarter itself. As St. Pauli is a quarter, is a fashion quarter, is a music quarter, and all the influence from the quarter is coming to the merchandising. So also from the supporters themselves. We don't speak to them directly, but we listen to them by fanzines, by anything we can hear from the supporters.
You know, a pharmacy is a point of communication in the city, and so a lot of men and women are just coming into the pharmacy just to talk about the football with me. I decided to do more with that. If you look to my homepage, I'm doing some comments to the matches. If you see in the pharmacy, you have the results of the plays. And so I'm just living with the club, and I feel quite good with it.
We are a part of Hamburg, and we are a club in the center of Hamburg, and we have a lot of poor people here, and so we have a great together with the poor people from the part of Hamburg and with the club. So that's the reason why we are here in St Pauli so near with us.
St Pauli is still the quarter of Hamburg which is next to the harbor. So it has a long history with that. It has been the quarter of harbor workers. Thousands have been living in here. That has changed. The harbor doesn't need that amount of workers, but still those who are working down there, a lot of them are living in here. Then the students came in because you find cheap flats. Some of them stayed here after their studies. And so a lot of academic professions are in the quarter too. So we have quite a good mixture of people in here. You see the harbor, the sea, that makes you open-minded. It is giving you some kind of tolerance that you find in the quarter just till now.
Cross-boned logo is a very popular logo, not only for St Pauli. It's a pirate stuff logo which you can see on a lot of products, not only on ours. It has a kind of rebellion character. It makes it popular for anyone in the world who is thinking a bit in the pirate style. So that's very easy.
In this part of Hamburg, if he sees the logo of St Pauli, he's not thinking of death or death metal or so, but he sees football.
That is the logo of the fans, I think. That's not the logo of the club. This is also a unique picture of this club, that the fans are creating the whole atmosphere in the stadium, and the Jolly Roger is one part of this phenomenon.
I think our fans make it, and that's important.
As FC St Pauli is a bit more than a football club, and the crossbone symbol is more a political symbol and a symbol of the whole quarter, not only of a football club. That makes it more popular, and I think it just looks good. It's also a kind of taste.
The Jolly Roger is the first logo. It's more respected than the official logo of the club.
It's a big advantage. It's the biggest we have. The club won't be itself without this the crossbone symbol. The story behind the symbol is very important, but the symbol itself is stronger than the story behind. It's one of the strongest club symbols which you have in the world.
St Pauli is a punk rock football team. We have big connections with Hamburg. For 5 years, our drummer was from Hamburg. When I think first, the skull and crossbone. I think everyone has a different perspective of it. For me, it reminds us that underneath our skin and underneath our clothes and underneath our disguises that we put on, we dye our hair, we have tattoos. Underneath, everyone is a skull under their skin. The opposite of life is death, and soon, everyone will die sometime, and this is what we look like when we die. We are just a skull. In Birmingham, there is a St Pauli supporters club, and every year they do a concert, and it's kind of for charity, and all the money that they make, they send to the St Pauli supporters club, and I go every year.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
My personal history and the creation of FC St Pauli products, I think I was asked to do that because I was a supporters manager. So it was very important to make things which are very near to the club and its supporters. But we have also a real guitar, electric guitar, and the skateboard, I think, which we have produced with a local Hamburg skateboard brand. It's a combination of Kleptomanics and St Pauli, which we called the combination of world brands. And the skateboard is not that typical for a football club, I think.
We've got a really central, a really important guideline for us for all marketing activities, and the central guideline for us is to say we are more than football. It's far more than just a match. We are a unique lifestyle, an unestablished, non-established lifestyle, and so that we have to realize a lot of other activities beside football, even like music, concerts, political activities, and things like this.
Jolly Roger is not really a marketing symbol. It becomes a marketing symbol, but it has a real political background. Selling football jerseys, yes, a very untypical question for St Pauli, as it is an untypical football club. I think we sell about 15,000 to 25,000 a year, depending on second or first division. That's not so many as other clubs, but the jersey is not that important. It's our decision of if it's sold out or not. We could produce it for the whole season. We just ordered clubs. The jersey represents the football. The crossbone symbol is representing everything around the club and football also. That makes it a bit more interesting for a lot of people who are not only trying to wear a football jersey. It is unusual, but you can't copy it. It's very special for St Pauli. A lot of people are asking us and want to try to do something else, but you can't copy the crossbone symbol. That's our main product, and you can't copy it, and that makes it special.
Way back when on the bayou, home of the tall, tall tale, my mama told me the story of a ghost in the lonesome trail. Son, if you keep on riding past 4, it'll chill your heart and soul. When the night meets the morning, way out west where the tumbleweeds roll. Big white horse and a 10-gallon hat can stand right in your way. Says, if you're going back to the river, tell Lola Jean I'll be home one day.
We sell a lot of items, different items, around about 350. Comparing to other clubs, it's not so many. A lot of clubs have about 400, 500, 600 items. We don't want to put our symbols on each product you can find. It's a kind of protection of our symbols, not to put it on any item. Selling the best sold item is mostly the very small ones. It's difficult to compare a pin to a t-shirt. For sure, a small lighter is sold 15,000 a year, but it's only a small item. So I think the best product is still the basic crossbones black t-shirt, 2 or 3 different styles, which we sell about 20 to 40,000 a year.
In whole Germany, they have fans, they have supporters, and the media is focused now on the special club. They follow their development in playing football.
We have to speak a bit more about stores. We have to speak about kind of structure of our wholesale structure. As we have only one big store in Hamburg where we sell our stuff, but we have a lot of wholesale partners all over Germany. About 170 partners in Germany. Not yet in Europe. We have a lot of interest from England, from France, from Greek, from Italy. But we don't have the structure yet to go to Europe. In about 2 or 3 years, there could be a lot of wholesale partners all over Europe. The interest is there, but we don't have the structure at the moment to deliver anything to them. Commercial strategy. If we have a better one, we still work on it. We could reach anyone. We have orders from all over the world. Just from the United States to Australia, from anywhere. If we go on with a real commercial strategy, it could be a bit more. We don't have an export manager, but we still work on it. At the moment for our company we have around about 30 people who are, as we go to any music festival in Germany, as we go to any away match of FC St Pauli, all that part-time workers, we are around about 100, 80 to 100. Most of them, not anyone. We have also Hamburg supporters working for us. Yeah, we are very tolerant.
Speaking generally for the most St Pauli supporters, I think one of the biggest connection is to the Celtic Glasgow in Scotland, like you can see here. So you can buy Celtic Glasgow merchandise in our official merchandise shop, and which is more unique, you can buy St Pauli merchandise in Glasgow in Celtic Park, which is, I think, very unique for this kind of football club like Celtic Glasgow is.
Globalization and merchandising. A very difficult question. What do you mean by globalization and football? I think not at the moment. I think everything is still the same in the last. The difference at the moment is that we, with our products, we come back to Europe. A lot of textile products will be produced in Europe again. As China becomes more and more expensive, which is okay, they should earn enough money. But globalization is just a big word. We don't think about special markets and special products for special markets. I think everything we sell is for anybody in the world. So that's a positive way to discuss about globalization.
Every morning I think, please stay in the league, in the first league, be successful, and please stay to your roots. That's the thing, I think.
My dream, I want to win the game in 1 month against Bavaria Munich, in Munich.
I hope that Pauli wird bigger.
Stay in the first division and at one day win against the HSV.
I hope that they reach in the professional sector, reach their ambitious aims with keeping a little bit of honesty and reality and not losing too much their heart to the commercial side, and in on view to the amateur sector, that it keeps strong growing and there might be a little better connection between the amateurs and the professionals, because the professionals are fucking up the amateurs tremendously.
My personal dream with this club, I think all my dreams came true since I'm here at this club, because when I came here the club was in the third league and I could never imagine to be in the first league now, so all the dreams came true.
You're probably right. I mean, this is, for want of a better word, this is work in progress. You can never say there's the ideal balance between the interests of the fans and the commercial interests of the club. This is a balance that has to be renegotiated all the time. And I think the crucial element of this is that you keep talking to each other. So, for instance, the executive board of the club meets on a very regular basis. The top management, the top executives of the club meet on a very regular basis with representatives of the fan organizations, the fan clubs, the Fanladen, Jolly Roger people. We do this every 2 months, so to be very close. And there are always issues, and there's never an ideal world. Yes, the fans will probably say the executive board, the management is going too far into the commercial side. But we are a first division club, and we have to respect the sort of conditions under which professional football is being played in Germany. There's no doubt about it. But we are still a very specific club in that we have a lot of compromises that go towards the fans. I give you a couple of examples. 7 to 8 minutes before kickoff, there's no advertising, because that's the space for the fans, you know, to create the atmosphere, to be in with the team, and to create that very special Millantor atmosphere. So there's no advertising. We don't have any mascot presenting the corners or presenting free kicks and stuff like that. So that degree of over-commercialization, which you get in other clubs, you will not find at St Pauli. And a very important point, at the behest, at the initiative of the fans, we decided not to commercialize the name of the stadium, which is a big thing in Germany. If you look at 18 first division clubs, probably 16 clubs will have given the naming rights away. We're not doing that. This is a rapport, again, between the fans and the executive committee to say this is going to be Millantor Stadium for eternity.
Well, yeah, that's always, you know, some kind of trade-off you have to make. Of course, playing in the first division especially is expensive, and everything is expensive there. So you really need to have money and need to make money. So you have to take some decisions that might not be, well, that prominent. So I don't mind. I could go with far less money and also playing whatever league. I wouldn't mind, but I think it's okay right now as it is.
Now, we are a company which has to pay to the club. We have a structure which the club itself gets the money from the merchandising. But on social affairs, I think you can't speak about any item. 10% of any item goes to anything. I think that we give money to the supporters office, fixed, and we also give a lot of free items to a lot of social affairs around the quarter of St Pauli, not the club.
The link is normally being non-established. A lot of companies in Germany and worldwide too are interested in being non-established, and therefore it's really interesting to cooperate with St Pauli.
This is an interesting aspect of the club's situation, how revenue, the balance sheet has developed in the last few years. If we look at it in a sort of 4-year time span, the club had a turnover, an accumulated turnover of some 6 million in the season 26-27. This year, with the promotion to Serie A, we will have a turnover, accumulated turnover of something like 30 million euros. So that's a factor 4 multiplied by 4 in terms of the commercial size of the business. That is quite a sizable development for FC St Pauli, and it needs to be handled very responsibly, still within the framework, within the conditions of the club being owned by the fans.
As we still play in the first division, the season is not over, but we calculate about 20 to 30% more than in the second division.
We're an official supporters project, so we are financed by the Deutsche Bundesliga, by the city of Hamburg and the community of Hamburg. So we get 1/3 of our money from the Deutsche Bundesliga, from DFL, and 2/3 of the city of Hamburg.
I think they made a good effort in having the club financially situated well.
We are financially independent, so we don't get any financial support, but we still feel part of the big St Pauli family, definitely, yeah.
This is a constant question of, in the marketing strategy, what brand fits to our club. And there again, I don't know whether you have already come across this. We were the only football club in Germany, I don't know, perhaps in Europe. We did never do any research in this, which organized a fan conference last year, which took 2 days in the summer. So all the people in charge of the club, the executive committee, the operational managers, sat down with 250 fans who participated in this conference, and we laid down the principles for marketing, the Leitlinie as we call them, the principles for marketing. So, and for instance, we will not enter into any closer cooperation with partners from the arms industry. You know, tobacco probably would be an issue with us. So the political guidelines for marketing were drawn up. And according to that, Mini is a very attractive partner. It's a very strong brand. It's a very cool, it's a very clubby kind of brand, and that fits our brand image very well. However, I can remember deals that were not done because the market fit wasn't there.
Mini Cooper limited edition has nothing to do with merchandising. It's a part of the sponsorship of Mini Cooper to the club, and they have to ask us if it's allowed. As we don't try to sell cars, we allowed Mini to produce a limited edition. In about 10 or 15 years, I think we will produce our own cars, and then you will see a FC St Pauli car probably.
To give you another example, we are now church sponsors. Is one of Germany's biggest charity. It's a public lottery, and we very conscientiously opted for this partner because we felt the charity and FC St Pauli make a perfect blend, make a perfect match.
Herbert Müller und ich, wir sind beide 1927 Volksschule eingeschult worden, haben uns auch kennengelernt und haben von da ab, weil wir in der Nähe zusammen wohnen, Straßenfußball gespielt. Ne? Und dann kam 1930, wurden wir beide in eine höhere Schule verlegt, Ne? Und waren auch da gemeinsam in einer Klasse. Und dann kam der Gang nach St. Pauli hin, weil wir beide Fußball begeistert waren. Ne? Ich 1930 und Herbert kam 31 und da haben wir alles gemeinsam durchgespielt. Ich 5 Jahre Ligaspieler und Herbert auch. Nur er ist aufgrund seines Alters, musste Sonder eingereicht werden, dass er als 18-Jähriger in der Liga spielen durfte. Ich kam ein Jahr später. Im September 1939 machte ich als 19-Jähriger das erste Spiel in der Liga 11. Ich spielte damals nur in der Position linker oder rechter Verteidiger. Und nach dem Spiel, nach dem Duschen, es waren nicht genug Wagen da, sagte man mir, du müsstest mit der Straßenbahn nach Hause fahren, ins Vereinslokal nach St. Pauli. Das stand für uns auf dem Tresen eine kleine Frikadelle, also eine kleine Pfeifwurst und eine kleine Brause. Und nach dem Essen und Trinken musste ich dann zum Präsidenten hingehen, das war damals Wilhelm Koch, und fragen, ob ich die 25 Pfennig Fahrgeld wieder bekomme. Und heute gibt es Gehälter.
Und mein erstes Spiel war etwas eher, 1938. Da bekam ich nach dem Spiel von dem Wilhelm Koch, auch in diesem kleinen Vereinslokal, eine Tafel Schokolade. Das war eben damals anders, ja. Das war anders und so ist das eben, wie das ist ein Unterschied nicht. Ja. Aber an meine Tafel Schokolade erinnere ich mich gern.
Ja. Und ich habe die 25 Pfennig Fahrgeld. Und vor allen Dingen, geht das noch weiter, ja? Und vor allen Dingen ist das so, wie ich angefangen bin, da hatte ich noch keine Fußballstiefel. Meine Mutter ist Witwe gewesen und der Beitrag kam für uns damals 50 Pfennig. Da gab es 20 Rundstücke für. Da habe ich zuerst in Schnürstiefeln gespielt und habe meine Mutter gefragt, ob sie mit mir geht und ein paar weiße Fußballbänder kauft, damit das aussieht, dass das ein paar Fußballstiefel sind. Und am 2. August bekam ich zu meinem Geburtstag ein paar weiße Fußballstiefel geschenkt. Und damit war ich natürlich sehr, sehr glücklich.
Warst du König? Ja. Nee, ist alles klar.
Ja.
Gut, ist in Ordnung. Ne?
Ja.
So, ich möchte noch mal erwähnen, gerade die letzte Zeit, wie ich in der Jugendmannschaft spielte, in der Jungmann, die oberste Klasse der Jugendabteilung. Da kam auf einmal also ein Nazi in dem Verein, Walter Köhler oder Walli Köhler, der löste unseren Jugendleiter ab, für den wir geschwärmt haben, und sagte, spielen darf nur der außer dem Pass, den wir hatten, den Spielerpass, er musste auch den HJ-Ausweis, Hitlerjugendausweis vorzeigen. Und wer den nicht hatte, der durfte nicht spielen. Und zu Hause brauchte ich gar nicht fragen, ob ich in die HJ wollte, denn ich bin in einer Familie groß geworden. Mein Vater war alles andere als Nazi. Da musste sogar sehr vorsichtig sein, damit sie ihn nicht irgendwie mal abholten. Und dadurch habe ich das letzte halbe Jahr eigentlich gar nicht spielen können. Und da sagte der Sump, der damalige zweite Vorsitzende, wenn du schon nicht spielen kannst in der Jugendmannschaft, dann kannst du bei der ersten Mannschaft mit trainieren. Und das war eigentlich ein Vorteil, den ich nachher hatte. Ich habe da mit der ersten Mannschaft trainiert und wie ich jetzt Herrenspieler wurde, da wurde ich gleich übernommen in die erste Herren. Ich kann nur sagen, die Nazi-Zeit, die habe ich nicht in bester Erinnerung. Nicht, weil ich praktisch Fußball spielen konnte, sondern weil ich auch noch meinen geliebten Bruder verloren habe. Dann habe ich meine Lizenz gemacht als Trainer und habe dann nach 1948 Sichtungstrainer beim Hamburger Fußballverband. Habe da noch einige Jahre dann als Sichtungsspieler haben wir die Jugendlichen gesichtet für die Auswahl Und da habe ich damals den heutigen Trainer Holger Stanislawski als Jugendlichen gehabt, als 12-Jährigen, und habe ihn gemeldet für die Auswahlmannschaft. Und das war das einzige Mal, dass die Jugendmannschaft von Hamburg den deutschen Meister machte. Dazu gehörte auch noch Effenberg, den ich auch noch mit im Steinhorst bei der Auswahl hatte. Also Effenberg und Stanislawski. War ein ganz großer Erfolg für die Hamburger Jugend. Nie wieder, vorher und nachher, hat die Jugendmannschaft von Hamburg den deutschen Meister gemacht, klar.
The soul is still in the new players. That's the first thing they learn when they come to the club. They know what is the meaning of FC St Pauli.
I think we are a sexy club. We are cool. So we are another club like much clubs in the world. And so I think we are not normal. But no, we have much more from Italy, from Spain, from France. I think from the whole world.
If it's not changing, it's dying. Everything is changing. The club is changing. This part of Hamburg is changing rapidly. And I think, all in all, it's a good development we are having. The club is in a good stadium, and Hamburg, and this part of Hamburg is developing in a good way too.
And a lot of things have changed, but you can't compare the merchandising 10 years ago to nowadays. It's very difficult. But yes, I think 2, 3 or 4 things I changed immediately. And a lot of products were stopped, and a lot of other products were coming, but a lot of things have changed. That was my idea, and that was the idea to ask me to do that.
I think it's changed. It's more entertainment. It's a lot of people come to FC St Pauli and go and say, "Oh, I have paid for it, so I want to see everything at a game." And for my part, I will want to say I'm a part of this St Pauli. I'm living in this quarter here, and I'm not for paying for the entertainment. I live all this, and it's not a show.
So right now we have elected the new president.
We will not tend to give the soul, l'anima, away of the club. That is the hard part and parcel of our interaction in the executive committee. You will only find people on the executive committee who think in those terms, to preserve the soul of the club.
They just changed the size of their stadium, but they keep their philosophy, they keep their behavior to the fans, to the crowd, and they develop their playing football, the quality of playing football, I think.
Football is a private obsession. It should be a private obsession, nothing more.
We love St Pauli!
We love St Pauli!
Take one.
Excellent.
Nella bagnita in terra al nitrone, col sol che atterreva masticando l'avvenir, rinaccese i suoi vent'anni.
Terza esterna. La quarta. Question please.
Good.
Del circo della storia negato al logorio.
English.
I don't speak English.
So. Don't understand you.
Okay.
Typical St Pauli supporter.
Ugly for true fans.
Yes, correct.
Two words?
Hello. Hello.
Partito pure per me.
Partito.
Ciao, redazione interviste prima.
Cut, yeah. Cut.
It was
In der Stadionordnung. Oh, erzähl, Massimo. Grazie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To you.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye. Marcel, okay. And TV.
Dankeschön.
Scalte da rinnegar, vendicante da venir nell'era negata. Salvatito, riaccende la gloria della memoria con la tarantola dell'ultimo bandito.
Good luck to St Pauli e buona Bundesliga a tutti da Show TV e sporteconomy.tv.
Grazie.
Grazie a te Gio, grazie mille. Thanks a lot.